Hello and welcome to this week's platform meeting. It's October the 1st, so it's the first platform meeting of this quarter. So let's have a look at the agenda. I'm posting this to Pompeia. No, SUMO. There we go. All right, we don't have any items on the round table.
I do have an item.
All right. Roland, what's the item? Let's add it.
Etherpad is going away, so we need to switch to non-Etherpad. You pick. Since you're running this here, you pick.
Oh, seriously? Okay.
You didn't hear this rumor? It's not a rumor. For reasons that I cannot divulge, because it's security related and I don't actually know the details, we are getting rid of Etherpad. There is a plan. It was supposed to have been communicated on Monday, apparently today or tomorrow, and basically we can't use Etherpad for a while until we get another instance set up. And we will no longer have team Etherpads. In other words, Etherpads that are private to Mozilla employees will no longer be available. So if you have any valuable Etherpads, Safwan, I see you. Awesome. You rock. If you have any public Etherpad, Safwan, I would back them up now to Google Docs or to a wiki or to your hard drive.
That's really good to know. I don't think there was a widespread email about this yet. So.
Well, people keep talking about it. Apparently, some of the managers know. I'm not a manager, as you know, but I talk to too many people, and they'll tell me.
All right. So I'll try. I'll see if I can find an alternative. It will either be Google Docs or using the Mozilla Wiki. But you don't actually have to care about that. If you look at the Wiki page for this meeting, there will always be a link to the next meeting from there. And I'm guessing, rather from the next, either from the next meeting on or from the one after that, we'll just use another method. And I'm not exactly sure what to do about all the meetings so far. That's like 200 or 300 or something. So I don't know.
Supposedly there's a plan to back up those old Etherpads somehow, but I wouldn't rely on that plan because, as we all know, transitions are hard and you lose data. And whenever we migrated from, what was our TikiWiki? To current, and when we migrate to Thunderbird, you always lose a little bit of data.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Anyway, so yeah, thank you, Roland, for that really interesting information.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll figure something out for next time. Okay. Anything else for the roundtable? Anything else you want to bring up? Any last-minute items? If not, we can move on to the roadmap section. So the first thing we still have there is Buddy Up, which I think we are all done now. Michael, I have a quick question about that, though. There was one bug left open, although it says merged on. There are a few pieces.
Right, that's the tracking bug for localization, right? So there are a few dependent bugs of that are not solved, and some of those are much harder to solve than others.
Oh, right. So I saw that you commented on some of them, some of the ones that are not solved yet, and said that there was already a fix for that, or that something else is like. I think in one case you mentioned there was a issue in the code, but then there are two of them that there is no update. So I was wondering what was going on with those. Do you know? And that's I'm putting the bugs in the Etherpad now.
See, one of these we can close. It's a localization issue.
This one.
This one should be resolved. Yeah, so there's so one bug in particular that's here is that we're pulling error messages straight from the SUMO API, and the SUMO API is not localized.
Oh, all right.
And we discussed localizing the SUMO API, but it's a much larger project than we want to take on right now, and we aren't even sure if we should do it. There's a lot of complications there.
Okay. So those are error messages of the API, right?
Yes. Things like this username is already taken, for example.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, if we want to keep using the API, we have to localize it somehow, or like
Maybe.
to show localized messages like that. Either way, not the place for discussion. So the two that I just messaged you about, are those two fixed though?
Let me double check. Let's see. The this field is required is the API bug I'm talking about. So that will that's not done yet. And then the error strings are not localizable. I think these are both the API issue actually. Yeah, they are.
All right.
And I think that we should avoid putting meta bugs like this into Edwin, and instead we should put the individual bugs that need fixed.
All right. I think in this case it was just Rehan who wanted to have it like this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I can also put the individual ones in there next time.
Okay.
All right. So with that said,
So,
we're not going to fix the API localizability issue before shipping this. We can just declare this done, and that means that we are actually, as far as I can tell, done with all the buddy up bugs.
Congratulations.
Yeah, which is great because we can move on to the other things now. We should definitely have and we will have a post-mortem about this, to look into what happened with this, because it ballooned to something way bigger than we actually intended it to be. It wasn't intended to be a big item on our roadmap, and finishing this off actually took away time that we needed for the other items on our list, so we didn't actually get to any of them. At least we didn't get to the implementation of them. So actually, there is another item which is not on our roadmap even for this quarter, which is the Ask a Question flow, to which we didn't get because of this. So yeah, there will be a postmortem about that. That said, I'm really happy that we are done with it. It's going to be part of Firefox OS 2.5. It's even part of their advertisement for carriers and device manufacturers as a feature of the new version. And I'm very happy about it. It's going to replace the standard help feature of many carriers, and those were, how to say this?
Yeah, you're shipping with two.
Yeah, this is definitely a better solution than what we've had in place for many people who are using Firefox OS or are using Firefox OS today. So this is going to be a huge improvement. Not needing to sign up to ask a question or answer a question, being able to query the SUMO database right from the app. That's a huge improvement over the ones that I've sampled so far on the devices that we've sold. So this is going to be great. Yeah, and actually there isn't anything that we need to do about this from now on. So that's it with the Ask a Question with Buddy Up. All right. Well, thank you, Mike, and everyone who was involved with that. Mihal, for the localization. That was really all of this was very helpful. Thanks a lot, guys. And that said, we can move on to the other items on the list. The unified Ask a Question page. So that's the one that we are working on now. If you look at Edwin, which by the way has a new URL. So if you had bookmarked the old URL, you should use the new one that's on the Etherpad here on line 35. So it's a more permanent URL. I'm not sure if that's the final URL, but it's a more permanent URL than the one.
Yeah, that's the final URL. We'll keep that indefinitely. The Mozilla.io domain is a place that the WebEng team has been putting random tools like this.
All right. So yeah, if you go there, you will see that right now our highest priority is getting the ask the question flow finished, so that we can finally put it or turn it on in production and start testing it and see if it's a better solution than the one that we currently employ. So that's going to be really interesting to see, and I can't wait for that to happen. There isn't much left for that anymore, so that's really cool. We should be done with that very soon. So then we have two more items on our roadmap here at the moment, and I'm going to add the other items that we've talked about as soon as we have a decision as a team which items or which goals we actually have for this quarter. The process has just started, unfortunately not as early as we had hoped it would, but in the next 2 weeks we should all have clarity about our deliverables, our goals as a team, and then we can also finalize the roadmap. Right now I put things on the roadmap document, which is a Trello, which look like things we will probably work on. And one of that is surfacing KB article helpfulness comments and votes. And the other one is a KPI dashboard update to reflect the KPIs that we actually have on that dashboard. So yeah, but we don't have a final decision on these yet. So as soon as we have that, we can get started on it. And of course, we still have a few other things that we need to finish before that. So let's have a look at the status for them. The mobile article pages or page. I think the next steps here was to get estimates. And Mike, we should probably do that like either this week or early next week. We can probably do that during our Monday meeting.
Yeah, I think so.
But early next week we can do that, and then that will be the next thing that we will be working on. So there shouldn't be any surprises. There are the mock-ups there that we've already talked about before, and now we also have acceptance criteria for those. So with mock-ups and acceptance criteria, we should be able to go quickly through them. And then the last thing we have on the roadmap list here is the optimized product landing page. So next step, there is evaluation. I'm in the middle of it. I should be done with that today, and I'll be able to share that with Joni and then with the rest of the team soon afterwards. So I'm also very curious about that one. Oh, there is a ping here. Oh, Safan, you are saying you can't hear me. Can anybody else hear me, or?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound fine. Yes.
Okay. Safan, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on there. Might just be video's weirdness. Sometimes it helps to log out and log in again. For whatever reason. All right. Then let's have a look at specific bug discussions. One of them is ask a question broken in Firefox for Android port 1. I think that's. Oh, now I have an echo actually.
Everybody should mute.
All right. Safan, that might actually be you. If you are not talking, would you mind muting? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So for the first question here, or the first issue here, Roland, I think that's resolved, right?
Yeah, you're right, absolutely right, Mythmon, aka Mike Cooper. But what was the long-term resolution for this? We have new topics and old topics. Joni, Mike, I don't know what we should do here. I mean, should I wait for the code change for something new topics, or should we just put articles in those topics for now, or what?
Mike, you're muted.
Sorry. I think that we should add articles to the topics we want to use in the Ask a Question flow, both the old and the new, because they both rely on that. It's unfortunate that the mobile version breaks so much when there are no questions, or are no topics, when there are no articles in the topics. But I think we should still have articles in those topics regardless.
Okay, so I'll move them over.
Okay, until we transition to the new topics, which will be Q4 or later. Is that correct? New AAQ.
You can put the articles in the old and the new topics today, and then the old AAQ works, and when we transition to the new AAQ, it'll work right away. It's not mutually exclusive.
Is that a lot of work, Joni?
It's doable. It's probably, well, fortunately we don't have a ton of articles for Android, so yeah, it's not going to be like unbearable. So.
Okay, please do it. All right, give you another last-minute task.
Okay.
I suck.
I didn't realize it was so annoying.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
Not annoying. It's just yet another tedious thing that Joni has to do. But she does it so cheerfully. I feel bad that she's so cheerful about it. But.
No, it's fine. It was also my fault for just forgetting that the old topics are still in AAQ. I think.
I'll assign the bug to you and to do that, and then you can close it, and then I will test it when you're done.
Okay.
All right. Next.
I think it's annoying that it breaks the AAQ, but at the same time, we should probably not have topics that don't have any articles assigned to it, right? So
that's fixed. Yeah, the new AAQ fixes it.
I meant that more in general. We don't write. So it's better to just if no article is assigned to a topic, it would probably be better to just delete the topic. But I don't think at the moment we have a way to just display article-less topics.
Yeah, and I think in the new AQ this is all fixed because it's one page and one step, right?
It's mainly fixed because it's much easier to change which topics go on the AAQ, and we don't have to make code changes to update it. That's the main difference.
All right.
All right. Moving on to the next item on the list. Allow a second fallback locale different from English. Okay. Safwan, I think that might have been you, right? Adding this. Is there a question about this, or anything we should discuss about this?
I was muted, guys. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Oh, you added it. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just I keep having those microphone trouble because of my exotic setup. Anyway, this was just an update question because I remember we discussed it recently, like last week, and you and Mike were going to take a look at the acceptance criteria that we commented with Safwan. So just kind of pinging this on your radar in case you haven't had a chance to talk before the fourth quarter falls on us. It would be cool if you could just take a look.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually added it to Mike's and my agenda for next week. So this week was pretty full. Mike was on PTO the week before, and we had a lot to catch up on. So we should be able to. I'm not sure if you want to be able to get to it on Monday, but we'll try.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
It's on our agenda. And yes, thanks actually for working through this. This is really, really helpful. Having acceptance criteria like this makes it really easy to reason about the changes that happen on each page, and makes it easier to see the change that we have to make, essentially, and what are the cases that we don't have to think about anymore, and what the implications are. So hopefully with this, Mike will also have a better idea of like what the implications are for the code, like what exactly does it mean for us for maintainability, but also for like performance or other things. So now that we've nailed down where we want to display things and how we want to display them and what order do we want to have for things. So all of those details that are easily lost are now captured in the acceptance criteria. So thank you for that. All right. Anything else that we want to talk about? Nope. All right. In that case, that concludes the platform meeting for this week. And I wish you all a happy fourth quarter. I'm looking forward to it.
Merry Christmas!
Yeah.
In 1 week, I will be eating turkey.
Oh, Rollo, we definitely
10
have to
days.
talk about
Canadian Thanksgiving.
Philly,
I'm sorry if you're vegetarian.
Thanksgiving, turkey, yeah, indeed.
Philly Canadians. It's far too early for turkey.
You should go to Turkey, that's it.
I would like to go to turkey. Okay, ciao.
All right. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.